Okay, now we are here again. We want to look at another method by which we can construct our ellipse, and this method is called rectangle method. Rectangle method. Here we are given the parameters for our ellipse, and what we're given is the question says draw an ellipse using rectangle method. Take major axis. Here we're given major axis 100 millimeters and minor axis 70 millimeters. Okay, so that's what we want to work on right now. Major is 100, minor is 70. Okay, so how do we go about it? Please follow me. Follow me with your instruments and materials. Now the first thing is to draw a rectangle equal to the given major and minor axis. Draw a rectangle with the major and the minor axis. So I'm going to do that right away. So the major axis given is, so I'm going to first draw a horizontal line. Okay, so I'll draw a horizontal line. Then I'll draw a vertical line at any point on it, which will represent one side of my rectangle, since I don't really need to construct the rectangle, so just draw the rectangle. Now the major axis is given as 100 millimeters, so I'm going to measure 100 millimeters here. Measure 100 millimeters at this from this point. Okay, this is my 100 here. Now from that point, I'm going to draw my second vertical line, which will represent the second side of the second width of the rectangle. So this length is my major axis, and the breadth of the rectangle will represent my minor axis. So I'm going to measure 70 millimeters here, which will be the breadth of my rectangle. Remember, as our minor axis is given as what? 70 millimeters. So measure accurately. So from that point, I'm just going to push my set square to that point. Draw this line. So that should give me 70 here as well. Yeah, that's it. Now I'm going to, so the next step says we have to draw axis AB and CD with center O. We want to draw the axis now. The axis will be at the center of this rectangle. So I'm going to locate the midpoint of the length here. The midpoint should give me 50 millimeters. So locate the midpoint, 50 millimeters. Accurate measurement is important. Don't be in a haste to do that. Now from that point, I will draw the center line, the vertical center line from that point. But I will not just draw a thin line to represent that. It's not a circle, so we don't need to really draw it as a center line. Okay. Now I'll also get the midpoint of the breadth of the rectangle, which will give me what? 35 millimeters. That's 3.5 centimeters. So this is my 3.5. So I'll move my t-square to that point. Okay, so I will draw this horizontal line. So I will label this as AB, this horizontal center line as AB. This is my major axis. Then the minor axis is this vertical center line, which I will label CD. Okay. Now the next thing you should do is to divide. Okay, so the center is O. Let's label the other points on the rectangle. Let's label the other points on the rectangle. Okay, we already have A, B, C, D. Okay, let's have E, F, G, H. E, F, G, H. So we are going to label this E, F, G, and H. Now, we are to divide AF. We are going to divide this into 4 equal parts. We are going to divide this into 4 equal parts. Divide AF into 4 equal parts. And we also are going to divide this into OA into 4 equal parts. We'll divide OA into 4 equal parts. We'll also divide AF into 4 equal parts. That's what we need to do. Divide AF and OA into 4 equal parts. Which means this is half of the major axis. This is also half of the minor axis. Okay? So how do we divide it? We can use the normal division of lines method to divide it, or we can use trial by error method, which I'm going to do right now. I want to use trial by error method to divide it. So all you need to do is this. Just put your, I want to divide this one. Since I'm going to 4 equal parts, so I'm going to just set my divider to a radius which I believe will go in this 4 times perfectly. Okay, 2, 3, okay, 4. It's not going, so I'm going to extend it a little. Adjust until they can go 4 times. That is trial by error method. So it is called trial by error for a reason. It is a little stressful sometimes, but I think it gives me neat work. And you see, this is perfect. It's not even giving me hard time. This is perfect. So I'm going to take note of those points. Okay, so let me, okay, this is point 1. This is point 2. This is point 3. So I'm going to label this 1, 2, 3. So this is supposed to be 4. So I will leave it because we have already labeled this as A. So just leave it that way. 1, 2, 3. Now this radius that I used to divide this can also be used to divide AE because they are of the same distance. So I'm going to use this radius before I divide this one, because we still need to divide this one, we need to divide this, and we need to divide this. So this radius will do all the magic. Since I've been able to get this correctly, so I'll use that now to divide the other ones. Or I can use my compass directly. Just set my compass to this radius, to one of these units. So I think compass will get it better. Set my compass to this unit, then come to point E here and draw arcs on this. It should go also 4 times. See, it's working. So I'm going to do this again here. Okay, so I'll do this one also. Okay, now I will label this. I'll label this 1, 2, 3. So I'll label this one also from here. 1, 2, 3. So this is supposed to be 4 also. So 4 and 4 here should meet at a point. So I'll do this the same thing to this other side. 1, 2, 3. Then here also 1, 2, 3. Now second division. Now I need to divide OA also into 4 equal parts. So I'm going to use trial by error method also for this. So set my compass to a radius which I think will go 4 times. 1, 2, I think this is big O. 3, no. So I will adjust it a little. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this one I want to give small stress. 1, 2, 3. Okay, just a little. Okay, I have it now. See, 1, 2, 3, 4. Perfect. So it's not that hard, it's not that difficult if you just pay attention to it. So this is 1, so I'll mark that. That's first point. This second point. This is third point. Okay, so I'll label this also from here. This is 0, 1, 2, 3. So the 4 also should be here. So all of them will meet at point 4 here. So the same thing I did to this side, I will do to this other side also. OB will be divided. So I'll just use one of these units and step it off on line OB. Okay, you see that? So I'll just, this is 1. Move to that point. 2. 3. This is 1, okay. 2. Right, I think let me try and this is it. Now it's supposed to go here 4 times. Let me mark it from here. This is 1. This is 2. This is 3. And this is 4. So it's correct now. Now I will label this also from here. 1, 2, 3, and then 4 should be here. So I'm not just writing the 4. Okay, now the next thing to do, radiate lines from point C to 1, 2, 3 on AF. We are going to radiate lines from this point C to point 1, 2, 3 here. So from point C, radiate lines from C to point 1 here, to point 2, thin lines, remember, point 3. Okay, so only 3. Now radiate lines from point D. Now we are going to radiate lines from point D here, which is opposite to point C. Okay, you can point D. So these lines will pass through the 1, 2, 3 on this major axis, passing through 1 to cut radial line 1 here, passing through 2 to cut radial line 2 here, passing through 3 to cut radial line 3 here. So draw your line from D passing through point 1 here to stop at line 1 coming from C. See? 1 and 1, giving you a point here. This is 1 point of our ellipse. Then do the same thing for 2. 2 will stop at 2 also, giving you another point. It's another point. Then 3, giving you another point here. Okay, and you see the ellipse is already forming. If I draw this now to point C here, to give me one side of the ellipse. See, this is what we want to achieve here. Now we do the same thing to the other part. So from point C here again, I radiate lines to 1, 2, 3 on this other line BG. 1, 2, 3. Then C to 3. C to 1. So the same thing we did to this side is what we are doing now. Now to get our point now, we radiate line from D again, passing through 1 on this major axis. Half the major axis here, passing through 1 to touch radial line 1 here, passing through 2 to touch radial line 2 here, passing through 3 to touch radial line 3 here. Just the same way we did for the other one. So this will give me a point here. This will give me another point here. This will also give me points. Okay, so with that now, I've been able to complete half of my ellipse. So I'll do the same thing to the other side, the same thing I did. So this time around, first I will draw lines, radius lines from D to 1, 2, 3 on line AE, from D to 1, D to 2, D to 3 on this line. Now I will draw lines from C to intersect it, line from C to pass through 1 here, to stop at radial line 1 here, from C to pass through 2, stop at radial line 2, pass through 3 to stop at radial line 3. Just the same way we did for the upper side and the upper part, so we are doing that for the lower part as well. So I'll draw this to stop at radial line 1. That will give me a point. From C also to pass through 2, stop at radial line 2. Then C to pass through point 3, stopping at radial line 3. Okay, so I believe you are following. Now you should be able to complete this now. So we do the same thing to this other side to complete our ellipse now. So I will radiate lines from D to 1, 2, 3 here as well. 1. That one is not actually touching 1. Let me erase it. Please let it be accurate. If you want to get your ellipse perfect, it should be accurate. The line should touch the point exactly or pass through the required point. Okay, this is radial line 1, radial line 2, radial line 3. So I'll draw a line from point C to intersect these radial lines, passing through 1, 2, 3 here. So line from C passing through 1 to stop at radial line 1 here. That will give me a point. Line from C passing through 2, stop at radial line 2. That should also give me 1. And another point. Then from C again, passing through radial line 3. That should also give me a point here. Good. So take note of all your points. Your points should include point A and point B. Your ellipse will pass through point A and point B. So using your French curve, connect these points together and make sure that your French curve at least connects 3 points at a time. That will give you assurance, more assurance that your ellipse will be perfect. Okay, let me use my free hand and see what I'm going to get here. I'm going to start from here. Freehand sketch is very sweet. Actually, if you have been practicing, it takes a lot of practice before you can be perfect at it. So you continue passing through C, connecting these three, connecting this that one is not really passing through the points. I'll have outlined it a little, but it's not a problem. Okay, so continue coming. Yes, it might not be perfect, but at least you can see that it's giving me what I want. If you use a French curve, it should give you better ellipse than this. So this is it, guys. That is it. How to construct an ellipse using using the rectangle method. Thank you for watching.